What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you love a little 6 and 2 talk. Giddy up.
Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgado, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on HUD Radio, every Sunday, brought to you by our doc. Make them yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, location in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them right there on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, that's Greg Mwakovic. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, welcome in, baby. We'll do Crumb of the Week at the end of the show. Sixers start 2-0. Are we back? We'll talk about Sixers later on in the show as well. Did the Eagles ease your concerns? Saquon Barkley finally breaks out. We got a lot to go over.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to talk about it all. But the beast of the NFC. Okay, the beast of the NFC. 6 and 2. Okay, Detroit plays tomorrow. So, I mean, they can get to 6 and 2 as well. But right now, you know, number one over in the NFC. So that's what we're shooting for. All right, you're shooting for that number one seed, and everything comes through Lincoln Financial, especially with a schedule like you've had this year, where it's at home, on the road, at home, on the road. You would love some consistency just being at home for a little while. We'll talk about it all, but right into our poll question. The Eagles' last two dominant victories have eased all major doubts about this team's ability to compete for the Super Bowl this year. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, we say it every time. Join the conversation, baby. 6 and 2, or you calm down now, right? Because it wasn't. Listen, it's funny to laugh because it wasn't that long ago.
2 weeks
where it was 2 straight losses. Okay, going to Minnesota, and what I called. I mean, not everybody agree with this, and you don't have to. But I call it a must-win, right? You can't lose 3 in a row. The city would crumble. We would start running guys out of town by accident because this is what we do. We needed that win, and we got it. And now you get another win, and talked about this throughout the week. This was about the ass game. This was a statement game. Hard to beat a team twice in 3 weeks, period, in this league, unless you're that much better than them. And you know, we came out today and took care of business. So. You know, I think it does ease any doubts you had, because there was. I think, and you know, I didn't have many, but they were starting to creep. They were starting to creep going into Minnesota, and if doubts were starting to creep in a little bit, then you weren't paying attention enough, right, Greg?
Absolutely.
Right, for everybody out there, when we weren't paying attention enough of what the Eagles were at 4 and 2 after a 4-0 start, but there started to be a little bit of doubt. But these last 2 wins just ease it. Go to Minnesota, not an easy place to play. I mean, Carson Wentz isn't good, but still, you got to go there against a good defense. And
that's exactly it. Yeah.
Listen, you took care of business, right? You took care of business. You lit it up. It was an air show. And you come back at home against a Giants team that, you know, even though the epic collapse last week in Denver, is feeling better about themselves overall as a football team. Coming into Philly, a team that just whooped your you-know-what at MetLife, and they made you quit, it looked like, in the fourth quarter. That team feeling good about themselves coming in here. And to be able to just go, nope, not today. You're not ready. You're not at the level to come beat us twice in a year. You're just not there yet. And that's okay. Well, we are. And that's what great teams do. Great teams, after they lose 2 in a row, it can go south, right? It could go the other way. Or you could rally, figure it out, and there was a lot of positives today that ease those doubts. One, the defensive line, 5 sacks, eases doubts, right? Our coverage today, really good, eases doubts. The running game, right from Jump Street. We talked about it on Wednesday. This was going to be the week, Greg.
It was.
I told everybody it's going to be the week he breaks a couple, and he did, and here we are. But you get blind squirrel finds nuts there once in a while, but you felt like it was coming. I think we all felt like we knew it was coming. Breakout game for Saquon, but it was a breakout game for the running game as a whole.
The whole attack, absolutely, Tom.
Yeah, and when you go today and rush for 276 yards, something
Yeah,
like
two
that.
guys over 100.
Yeah, 2 over 100 piece. I mean, it just eases a lot of your concerns. And your quarterback's been phenomenal. Okay, he's been absolutely tremendous. So when you look at a guy who has 15 touchdowns and 1 interception throughout this year right now, I mean, I don't know how you have any concerns right now about this football team. Okay, so that's where I stand. So I agree that it has eased all major doubts if you did have some. But either way, I agree that this team's good enough to compete for a Super Bowl. That's where they are. And play calling felt better. You know, things felt better.
Felt more continuous, right? Or complimentary was the word I was looking for.
We saw a screen. We saw some things
because they listened to us, Tommy.
Yeah,
everything that we asked on Wednesday and last Sunday, they listened to us.
It's amazing. It's like we're
multiple guys running the football,
wiretap,
screen passes. Get to the quarterback.
I got wiretap like Chauncey Billups over here. You know, wiretap like the NBA guys. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, what's wild?
A lot of the stuff we asked for. Can we get after the quarterback? Yep, and we got you guys. Say no more.
PG, go retire again. We're good.
No. I mean, it's just funny. He's warming up pregame and all this, and we have a pulse.
Yeah,
right. The front has a pulse, and I think that it says a lot. I thought our coverage guys were good today.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Man, it's a lot of positives. A lot of positives over the last 2 weeks.
For sure.
Things you can build off of. And now it's getting into this bye week, get a breather, get guys healthy, and get ready for this stretch run. So that's where we're at, and we'll see how long Saquon really misses. I mean, the average length on this type of injury is about 10 to 15 days. I've been
running around. What did they officially diagnose it as?
It's a groin of some sort.
A groin, okay.
Yeah, so.
I mean, the bye couldn't come at a perfect time, right?
No, because even if he misses the game coming out of the bye, which you don't want to happen.
Right.
Okay, so, but I mean, worst case, 3 weeks off, you only miss 1 game.
Yeah.
Which I think is the whole point there. But prefer him not to miss Green Bay on Monday Night Football. But it's actually an extra day.
Yeah.
So I mean, we get
an extra day.
We get a bye and an extra day. So a little extra time off. But again, that's a situation where I would have just loved to not see him in the game there. But either way, monster game.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I absolutely agree with the poll. I was one of those that not really concerned, but like you said, Tommy, they were starting to creep, right? Because it was the PTSD in us. Right? It was things that were starting to creep because you knew that this team was better than what they were showing, right? But like the championship caliber team that they are, they answered the bell, right? They answered the bell. They got up off the mat and they answered the bell, and they did it in 2 different ways. Right? Like you said, Tommy, against Minnesota, it was the air attack. It was the air attack. Jalen had probably his best game of his career, or one of the best game of his career passing the football. And then today, we just absolutely dominated them up front on both lines like we've asked, like we've done in the past, and we just ran right through them. It was funny. The first play of the game I missed because my stream down here glitched.
Of course.
And so, like, they're under center. And it comes back, he's in the end zone. I'm like, what the hell? I miss it. First run of the year, first monster run of the year, and I miss it, of course. But no, it was awesome to see. And I mean, Tom, you hit on a lot of it, right? It was all the things that we asked for them, though, right? Multiple guys running the football, right? Yeah. Work some of these guys in. Shipley got in there. Tank Bigsby was really effective today. Yeah. And Will Shipley was great in the return game as well, which helped set up some of those drives and some of those easy. And then what do we always say, Tommy? Keep Jalen under 25 pass attempts. He was what, 18 for 20, 15 for 20 for 180 yards and 4 tutties.
Yeah, 15 for 20.
Mean, that's the recipe of how to win football games. So yeah, I mean, absolutely agree. We fed off of what happened last week. We followed our leader in Jalen Hurts, and we cruised to a victory today.
Yeah, I mean, again, didn't matter how we won this week, but whooping their what's makes it a lot better.
Absolutely,
it makes you feel a lot more comfortable about the direction this football team is and how good are they. right? When you start to try to figure out like how good
Yeah.
are we? You know what I mean? You're always trying to figure that out. You know you're really good, but just how good are we? Well, I think this is like a revenge game. And when you have revenge games and you go really take it to somebody, this is 2 weeks in a row, right? I feel good about the caliber of wins we had. And how we looked and how when we needed something, we got it. When we needed a drive, we had it. When we needed an explosive play, we had it. And I think when you saw from, you see that the aerial attack of explosive plays against Minnesota, you followed up with the run game explosive plays this week that leads into some explosive plays in the air. Like the one to Dotson. It just shows you that this team can get you from so many different ways. It makes them so dangerous. And man, it's exciting to have. Exciting.
No, you're absolutely right.
Exciting to have this quarterback too. It really is.
It's so good. It's so good.
It really is. He's so efficient. Like he doesn't turn the football over, man. He just doesn't turn the football over. He makes the right decisions 90% of the time. Doesn't mean he doesn't get shit wrong, right? It doesn't mean he doesn't have bad games. But when you need him to play well, right, he plays well.
Absolutely. And right before our eyes, he's putting himself right back into that MVP conversation. You would have looked at 4 weeks, even after 6 weeks, you'd be like, no way, he's not even close. But your team's 6-2. You've got one turnover on the year.
Yep.
And your team just continues to win football games. So he's got to be in the conversation. Not saying he's leading it, right? But he's got to be in that conversation now.
He's got 1,600 yards. Got a passer rating of 114, right? I mean, right there. I mean, he's rushed for 207, but he's got a total of 20 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Touch passes or not, one interception. I mean, right there, 20 total touchdowns and one interception, and I think 2 total turnovers. That alone puts you in the MVP conversation.
100%.
I mean, this guy's going to throw for over 2,500 yards this year easily. He'll throw for over 25. He might throw for 3,000. He's close. He's going to come close to it. Unless he gets hurt or something like that or misses a week or two. But it's 1,600 through 8 games, right? He's got another 9 to play.
9 games.
Yeah. I mean, say he has another 9 games to play. He has that extra game. I mean, he's going to come close. He's going to come close to 3,000 at this rate. I mean, you double these numbers up. It's over 3,000 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's 30 TDs and 2 interceptions. I mean, that's absurd. That's absurd.
It really is.
It's absurd. If he finishes like that, he's the MVP of the league. And if they only lose 4 games the whole year, right? They're probably the number 1 seed like they are right now in the NFC, and he's the MVP of the league.
Yeah. And you look at it too, Tommy. Like you look through these first few games, we obviously weren't clicking on all cylinders, right? No. So offensively, right? So there were some down games in there. And yet we continue to win. And you talked about it, right? How good are we? How good are we through 8 weeks? Our record says 6-2, but what types of teams are we beating? Well, let's rewind, right? You beat a Dallas team, without your best defensive player. Mm-hmm. You beat a Chiefs team. You beat a Rams team. You beat a Vikings team. Obviously, you beat the Giants. You know what I mean? Like, you're not beating the Browns every week. You're not beating the Panthers every week. You're not beating the Dolphins every week, the Jets. No, you played a top-notch schedule so far, and you're coming out to the bye 6-2. I think every single one of us, when we look at that schedule early in the year, we're salivating at 6-2.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Salivating at 6-2 going into the bye.
Couldn't agree with you more.
So we are that good. We are really good. And you said it best. We are the beast of the East and the NFC. Every team's got a bad loss, right? You can look at that. Every team's got a bad loss, and we answered ours. Ours was in division. Ours wasn't against. Oh, we also beat the Bucks, right? Who are pretty good. So, there's a lot to be excited about as you opened up with. And there's a lot of peace coming over I would assume most Eagles fans after these last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, some tough games coming up, too. Green Bay.
Oh, yeah, they're all tough, yep.
Home versus Detroit, and then you get maybe a little bit easier at Dallas, home versus Chicago. and then you go to the Chargers after that. So listen, not the craziest schedule, but still, it's still a tough one.
Yes,
still a tough one. And then I forget where they go after that, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
The good thing about one of the good things about that Dallas game is they put Diggs on IR, so he's going to miss that game.
Yeah,
Diggs will be out for that game.
Well, they can't. They can't.
And as we saw today, they can't cover anybody with that secondary. But no Diggs is huge. So yeah, out of the bye, at Green Bay, home Detroit, at Dallas, home Bears. That's on Black Friday, so we get an extra couple days before we go out to LA for this to face the Chargers.
Yeah,
and then it's home Raiders, at Washington, at Buffalo, home Washington. And those Washington games, as we've seen with the Commanders, they might not even be in it anymore. You know, depending on how long Jaden Daniels is out.
Yeah, it's all.
I mean, they're already 3-4, so you figure he's out at least 2 weeks, I would think. So they're losing tomorrow to the Chiefs.
Big wait and see there on where they're at. Stafford might be the front runner right now, but I don't know how anybody's a front runner when a guy's only got 1 turnover, or 2 turnovers total, 1 interception. It's hard to not be the front runner when your team has the best record in the conference. So it's hard for anybody else to beat that out, in my opinion, until somebody has a better record than him or until somebody's running away with the conference. And I think body of work, and I say this, I know guys are probably averaging 300 yards a game and have thrown for a lot more yards. I get that. But I don't know. I think when you win a Super Bowl MVP that next year, it makes you a lot easier to win those types of awards because of name recognition, right? So like I said, if he throws like SJM's talking about almost 4,000 yards or 4,000 yards, right? He throws for that. If he throws for that, I mean, that's crazy. Then that means, he throws for, like we talked about, 32 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Hard not to win it.
Yeah. And your team's one of the best teams there?
Team's 13-4. Say it all works the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, division's pretty much cotton unless something drastic happens. Right? I mean, something major has to happen for that. So I don't want to automatically crown a division yet. But, we got a two game in the loss column separates us and the Cowboys. But that being said, we hold an extra game in the win column. I don't know. It's a wait. That's
right now,
it's a wait.
Right now, we're up 1-0 on the head-to-head. So
the division's over if you go to Dallas and you just beat them up, right? And say Washington loses tomorrow night. That division's close to being over. But again, you got to stay healthy for all that.
For sure.
For that conversation. But yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's having a monster year.
Oh, monster year.
And he's on pace for MVP too. So
I just say he's in the run. I'm not saying he's the leader.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not gonna tell you he's gonna win it, guaranteed. Yeah. He's there.
But you look up, like we were talking, right? 2 weeks ago, the sky was falling in Philadelphia, right? Loser 2 in a row. Philly sucked. Flyers started off bad to start the year. The Phillies do still suck.
Yeah. Nothing. Let's not act like something changed there.
But at least the Eagles got back on track, right? And then, like I said, you look up and who's at least in the conversation? Hey, who's knocking? Hey guys.
Yeah. Now I saw 13-4, Bill, where I had him. He says he has him at 12-5. Should be at least a 2 seed.
Well, now Billy's back, right? Billy was we should be 1-2, 1-6. What? Billy's back.
He's back. So. Yeah, I thought so too, Greg. I thought Brett held up pretty good today.
Well, it helps when you know, right? Like you can go through a whole week of practice. You can go through, all the meetings and all the training throughout the week and the last 2 weeks, knowing that, Juergens is out, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, he did look really good, Greg. You're absolutely right. But I think a lot of that and it's obvious, but that's what happens when you know and you have a whole week of practice.
About being prepared.
Yeah. Philly fan, the trade deadline is going to be interesting. It's the trade deadline is going to happen before you play your next game because it happens next Tuesday and you're on the bye week. So in that sense, yes, it's going to be interesting to see what they do, if anything, now after this week.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't call Cleveland.
100%.
I don't know how you don't call some of these teams that are like way out of it. If you need another corner, like we talked about Wednesday, whatever you think you need. I don't think you need another pass rusher. I think we've talked about that. I definitely think you could use another corner at this rate. So I don't know why you wouldn't be on the phone.
I agree.
Even if it's just to get deeper at the position, even if it's not like a star.
And the way Myles Garrett played today, and then, of course, the way he reacted, hey, he might be available. That's what you get for taking the money to stay in Cleveland, you moron.
Well, I mean,
it's a lot of money.
Again, they're just playing the wrong quarterback. So
nah, they're not.
They are. I mean, he's great. He's
not the answer either.
Yeah, but that's the wrong quarterback. They're playing the wrong one. Doesn't mean the other one's the right.
Obviously knows a lot more than we do, and
it doesn't mean it's the right one. It just means it's the wrong one. They're just starting the wrong one out of these two. That's all I'm telling you.
No,
they'd be more competitive. I guarantee it. They'd be more competitive.
Well, they won a game last week.
That's great. And he's throwing 5 yards. He can't even throw the ball. Like tough to watch. It's tough to watch that guy throw the football.
Shedeur panicked the shit out of himself.
Tell you what, I like Hank Bisbee a lot when he's not fumble kick returns. Yeah, Joe, he had a great game. It was fun to see.
Yeah, it was nice to see him finally get involved in the offensive play calling.
I mean, you would think Sam, that's what he has to do. I mean, it's 1 week. I mean, you're not going to sit here and it's a tale of two tapes. Jordan Addison and then whatever the Giants have.
Yeah.
Right. Are going to be two different things. But you definitely need an upgrade there. Right. Sure. I mean, that can't change just because of this week. I still think you need something. That's better. And I don't think Howie knows that too, but I'm curious to see what he does. I think Greg said it, like it's going to be an interesting week here to see if some stuff is done to make this football team better. I think when you're 6-2, right, you're automatically all in now.
Yeah.
Right. You lose this week, it's different. You're still in, but I mean, you're still all in. But I think even when you win, it's even more all in.
Yeah.
But I would say a cornerback. There's tons of teams that are bad. And, you go through their depth charts and you try to see if somebody's available. That's all we can do.
Yeah, and as we went over on Wednesday, we've gone over the last couple of weeks. There's plenty of guys available. You know what I mean? There's plenty of guys available. It's just a matter of what the price is.
I mean, I would love a Denzel Ward. I'll go spend the money and the picks. Yeah. But that's just me. I mean, I'm an all-in type of cat. Like I know I got this guy under team control, right? So I'm not worried about that. And I'm getting myself an all-pro caliber player to go along with my two other young corners, and it becomes a position of strength more than it already is.
Again, right? We were there before.
We were there last year. So it's time to go back there, and it was a big reason why our front got pressure. But it takes two to tango there, obviously.
For sure.
No, Ron, I would not trade A.J. Brown for a bona fide corner because of the cap hit. You can't do it. So the A.J. Brown, trade rumors, why they're so stupid is they can't do it because they can't take the dead cap hit to do it. It can't be done, though, after the year if they really wanted to trade him. And that's a question we can talk about after the year. But it does nothing for us right now because we can't.
No.
That's why I think the reports
There's
are
nothing for you
stupid.
after the year either because he's that good.
Well, no, he's that good, and you're not trying to trade him. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
like you
But you're
can't.
right. Nothing happens in season.
Yeah, you can't do it right now. So it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, 100%. Is there a fight at the game?
Yeah. Refs are falling over.
Oh, my God. Pets' heads are falling off. Refs had a banner day today.
Yeah, they were bad.
All over they're bad.
Yeah, bad all the time. Philly fan says props to Fangio too, changing it up and locking them down. Yeah, he did change it up. As expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to. I mean, absolutely props. I think having the Kobe Dean back for a full game though too, it helps that as well. You know, because you can move Jahad Campbell around and allow Nakobe just to kind of roam there in the middle and do what he does best, and that's just tackle.
Oh, and I think he showed it again today. And you nailed it. I think our run defense gets better with Nakobe. It's not a shot at Jahad.
No,
I think Jahad should be used like as a Swiss Army knife, like they're using him.
Yeah.
He's just a guy who probably just needs to put on a little bit more weight. He's probably 5-10 pounds more from being able to stop the run a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't stop the run well, but again, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
He's a rookie in this league. You need to give him time. So again, I think this makes our defense better.
For sure.
It's nice to get that, like at the trade deadline, air quote that, and the Kobe Dean back.
That's a huge deal. Absolutely, Tommy.
And I thought our run defense been better when he's been on the field.
Yes.
Definitely makes a difference. And now another 2 weeks off for him.
Yeah.
Right. So he gets a little revved up, gets to feel up, and now he gets to breathe a little bit too. Which I think is so important when you're like revving a guy up and he's coming off a major injury. I think the bye sort of comes at a good time for him.
For sure.
Two games back, he sort of gets some nicks and bruises. There's probably some stiffness with it, different things like that. And I think these 2 weeks just help that process too. So, or at least a week off, right? They come back 100%. And practice, obviously, right? But a week off, yeah. And Don, yeah, the Scatterboo was disgusting.
Yeah. I was shocked. Sorry, I was shocked that it didn't make the rounds on Twitter like they normally do. You know, like the replay, like that, you almost have to go searching for it in order to find it. It was pretty interesting to see that, like, even Twitter was kind of like, you know, hey, maybe we don't want to show this over and over again.
yeah, disgusting. I think everybody agreed on that one.
Yeah, that was brutal, and you hate to see it. Kid like that, you know. I know we hate the Giants, but you don't ever want to see that happen to a kid like that.
No, you pull a groin or shit happens, right? Like shit happens, but you don't ever want to see that stuff. I wouldn't mind you coming up limp, right? Yeah. And you know, twist an ankle. You know, you come up twisting an ankle or something like that, and high ankle sprain. Yeah, I'm all good with that. That kind of stuff, absolutely not.
Yeah. We're not scumbags like Brad Ryer. But that's not shocking.
Nope. But yeah, I thought there were so many positives today that you can continue to build off of. And, you know, a line that was said to not be any good anymore and, you know, all this stuff. I just thought they came out and definitely imposed their will right from jump. I mean, it was...
Yes.
You know, it was 5 yards of carry clips. You know, and you had one running back rush for 11.6 yards of carry. I think it was Bigsby. That's absurd.
Yeah.
You know, 100 yards. He had 100 yards and averaged 11.6 yards of carry. So, you know.
Yeah, it felt like every time he touched the ball, he gashed him, and he did. Right.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one of those where like your eyes are telling you, yeah, those are real. Like that's real.
Definitely was real.
Yeah, but it was good to see him, you know, because he hasn't done in the return game like we anticipated when the trade happened, right? You didn't get that in the return game, and he was awesome tonight, and it was great because you needed it there in the second half when it looked like you know, even before Saquon got banged up, it looked like he was a little little slow, just a tad, but he came in and spelled him perfectly. And outside, so Saquon had 14, Tank had 9 carries, Jalen 4, and Will Shipley with 3. So that's 16 to 14 between 3 other guys. And if you just want to go Tank and Shipley, that's 11 to 14 if you just look at running backs. No.
Yeah,
Limited Barkley's carries. He had 14 carries and 4 catches.
Yeah, and we talked about it on Wednesday. I would like to keep him around that 15 touch mark.
Yep.
So he's right around there. And, Tank again, 100 yards and along the 29. So
Oh, yeah.
It just shows you with 9 attempts, it's just gashes. And he had again, a signing that looks to already started to pay off for us.
Yes.
Or a trade, I should say. Trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good ovation from the fans today too, Eddie. I mean, that doesn't get talked about ever.
No, we're scumbags.
Yeah, when it comes to Philly fans, but I think they all realize, down there, even with some cocktails in them, that the level of concern for an injury like that. Green Bay's best offensive lineman down.
Uh-oh.
He was down. Tom. That's the name. That's his name. Tom. Yeah.
It was nice to see the offense, Tommy, build off of what they did last week with the jumbo package, with the under center.
Uh-huh.
You started to see different wrinkles out of it, right? So Saquon's first run was essentially the same lineup and the same formation that we got Devontae's bomb on last week.
Yeah.
So you line up that way, and then, oh shit, there's Saquon breaking for 60 yards too. So now it's another wrinkle in the offense, and it's nice to see whether it's Patullo driven. I mean, he's the offensive coordinator, so we'll give him credit, right? We ripped his ass for the whole first 4 weeks, 6 weeks, right? So we're going to turn around and give credit where credit's due. You talked about it earlier. The play calling was better, and it's nice to see the same formations, and you're building off of that now. I really like when they're going under center. We begged for it for years to go under center, and now you're starting to do different things out of it, and it's starting to become super effective, and it's starting to be really good for this offense.
Oh, it is. It is. And I love the jumbo sets. And they've been running out of it, they've been throwing out of it. You're right. It's been completely unpredictable across the board.
Yeah.
Especially more over these last 2 weeks. So this week even more so. You saw a little bit deeper of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And Swoop says the Eagles finally had 4 quarters for once. Yeah, they did. I mean,
yeah, Swoopy.
You got it, Swoop. I know you've been asking for it. You've been asking for it, my guy, and you finally got it. Social media is already starting a narrative of how great we can be without AJ. Even though it was the Giants minus a hurt running back, that's all we'll listen to the next 2 weeks. It's the Philly way. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Billy, it's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, could we be really good without him? Sure. I mean, are we better with him? Yes.
Well, yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know what we get back for him. So
you're not getting you're
no,
it's gonna be picked. No,
I'm just saying, like, until I know what that is, I can't say we're better or worse without him, but I know how good we are with them. So knowing how good we are with them, I don't even want to have that conversation, nor do I even think it needs to be had. We won a Super Bowl. Like, this is stupid. It's stupid.
Yes.
We're 6-2.
But I did see that, Bill. Fritz is already out there. Oh, maybe we're better without AJ. I'm like, are you shitting me right now? Like, are you really shitting me?
You know, these idiots would start doing this kind of stuff, Greg.
And no, I know. Yeah, I mean, like the game's not even over yet, and we're already having this conversation, and we all know that we're going to be really good with or without him. We're obviously a lot better with him, though, because Devontae's that dude, right? So Devontae's that dude that you're going to be good, but you're not deeper. You're definitely not deeper. If we weren't playing the Giants, I don't think the game is as easy this week. Because you look at it in what the passing game, again, we only threw 20 times, so there's only so much ball to go around. But Devontae had 6 catches on 9 targets. John, 1, obviously that monster catch, but on 2 targets. Goddard only had 3 targets. Saquon had 5, and Gibson had 1. And that's in the 20. That's in the 20. So, but like outside of that, you're 2 guys. You're Devontae and Dallas. Offenses can stop 2 guys. Offenses can't stop 4 guys. When you add AJ back to that mix, and you add Saquon in there, but we're so much better with AJ. It's not even a conversation. It shouldn't be a conversation. It's not happening. Let's just move on. But of course, we got to draw clicks. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about that because we're a dying media market, and we're a dying media just in general that can't generate like legit regular conversation.
Well, I'm sure the final nail in the coffin was when Jihad Dotson comes down with a 40-yarder
with that catch. Yeah,
and it's like, oh, we're better. We're better. And I'm like, listen, maybe we're still really good, right? Maybe you get 2 picks back for a guy, and you got 2 first-round wide receivers still, and you're still really good, right? I'm not going to say like they're not really good, or they wouldn't still be really good, but to lose a weapon like that, I don't think that's good for anybody. That's all. That's where I stand on it.
For sure.
I just don't know how that's good for anybody. Like you said, you're way more dangerous when you got to put on the tape and you got to try to figure out a way to stop AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts' legs, and Dallas Goedert, who leads the league, leads the NFC or the league, I believe, in touchdowns with 7.
Yeah.
Tied with Amon St. Brown, who plays tomorrow night, who most likely will catch another one and have 8 because that's all he does. That's all he does, catch touchdown passes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it would have, could have, should have been whatever it was. But it was 179, and it
Come
was.
on, so you just said we had 4 quarters of great football. Now we're woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, it was efficient, man. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem here. And Jay, you're right. We called the screen. Called the screen. Got a big first down. And how about us too? On like a 2nd and 31. Right. We get a 2nd and 29. Yeah, we get actually get that first down for once. Never happens. Never happens.
Yeah, that was big run. Saquon comes out of the tent, celebrate the run.
It was great. Luke says 6-2, and it's just starting to click. Sixers are back. Vibes are so high right now. So high.
Absolutely, Luke.
And the young Flyers are playing tough.
They're playing well, yeah.
Yep, the young Flyers are playing tough. So
got Trevor Zegers on the score sheet this weekend with some nasty goals.
Yep.
Good times.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, all he does is catch touchdowns. All he does is have big catches for this football team. A guy that I said we need a back this year.
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of tight ends on the market. They could have went that way in the draft. They didn't. It's a guy I think they're going to continue to work out deals with. And hopefully they can get him for, well, since he's in the building, they maybe ink him for, a 2 or 3 year deal and just call it the end to him, trying to play somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, he's always, it's all he does is catch touchdowns anymore. I feel like it's Chris Carter. It's like Chris Carter.
Yeah.
All he does is catch touchdowns.
All he does is catch touchdowns. That's that guy. Oh yeah, Donnie. I gotta get Cass a VJ jersey. He loves it too. He loves it. So I mean, it's all. Last night he was so upset I had to put him to bed, and they were still playing. He wasn't happy with me, and I was like, dude, they're, it's all good. They play Monday too, before bed, and I'm like, yeah, they play before bed. So yeah, he's locked in. Definitely got to give him a VJ jersey. He's got 10 years of him. So I mean, VJ will take him through high school at this rate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a shame he's got such a shit number though.
Yeah, not a number I'm really looking to buy. Let's see if they keep that, right?
I would assume. I mean, there's always a chance, but I would think with the backlash that the uniform companies would take, if they sold a whole bunch of uniforms and then a year later changes his number, they probably refund them and or give you a deal or something. But that's the only thing that sucks because that number is terrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he is an all-around tight end.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely miss him when he's not available. That's 100% fact. When he's not on the field, we definitely miss him.
Yeah, our assistant taking his real number. Hold on 1 sec. I'll be right there. I'll be right here. Hold on 1 sec.
Yeah. Coach Kyle. Coach Kyle. Jesus. Eddie likes the 77. Uh-oh, Eddie. He likes the 77. Greg Miller, Sixers in the Hornets game was fired the other night. LaMelo Ball quit flopping for the love of God. Yeah, and that step back three he tried to take too. It was like the most inopportune time to take that type of shot. But we shouldn't be shocked. It's LaMelo. It's the NBA. They're just gonna take whatever they want. Like, I think it was the game was tied at that point. And he's taking a step back three from the hash mark. Like, no wonder you lost the game. You lost it on that shot. Daryl Morey might be the king of drafting. Yeah, he has drafted well, and he might need to be the king of everything else with the Bobby Marks coming on board as well. A dude from ESPN. He jumped on board when they're under the Harris organization. So I bet you it feels like that his job might be on the line, and it should if you don't get past the second round again. It absolutely should. Jay says Ringo was decent today. Got to give him props. Yeah, I thought our coverage. Tommy mentioned it earlier. I thought our coverage was really good today. And granted, it is just the Giants, but you still got to go out and do it. Right? We talked about that. I think I brought it up on Wednesday that the Giants have nobody. So this should be a lockdown game. This should be you don't get anything. This should be like the Remember the Titans type of they don't gain another yard, right? That's the way this game should have gone because of what they have or lack thereof there on the outside. And they did that for the most part. And Jay, you're absolutely right. Ringo was really good today. Got to give him the props when we're sitting here going to destroy them at any chance we get. Yeah, it is a football number. It's not a basketball number. None of the numbers in basketball are basketball numbers anymore.
It's a hockey number. You know.
Do you guys feel like Quinion is beginning to get his weaknesses shown? He's gotten away with long receptions given up lately, but the penalties on their team, well, then they don't count. I will say the one thing with Quinion that you do see, though, is he is very handsy.
Yeah.
Right? So he is very handsy. So at some point, that's going to catch up with him, whether, he gets called for holding, he gets called for PIs. But, they don't count, though, right? So, I mean, we can say it's concerning, but it doesn't count when at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would say, too. I mean, but he is a little bit too handsy, and at times we see it. I mean, corners in this league get beat. They all do.
Yeah.
But I also think he's really good. So, and I also believe if Howie makes a move in the next 9 days for that other corner spot, I think it just makes him better, too.
And we saw on that deep ball to Slayton that got called back, though, Brady mentioned and the defense in Vic is leaving him out to dry. Not out to dry, but is leaving him one-on-one, right? That Brady showed how on that coverage it looks to the quarterback like it's double, but then Reed comes over, plays more of the middle, and leaves the sideline to Quinion. So they absolutely have all confidence and faith in him as they should. But he's turning into be a beast. I just think he's a little too handsy.
Yeah, and I also, like you said, I think he is probably left on an island a lot more this year than he was last year.
For sure.
So you'll get beat a little bit more when that's the case.
Absolutely.
No, Devontae's awesome. I mean, Devontae, to me, Eddie, is the guy who was a gold jacket on draft night. I don't think much changed since getting in the league. You're right, he catches everything and
catches everything.
He's so good. I feel like he's always open too.
Yeah, he is. He absolutely is. He's awesome. He's awesome. And everybody in the locker room says he's the toughest SOB. He's pound for pound the toughest guy on the team. You know, they don't worry about him taking hits. They don't worry about this, that, and the other just because of how much he works and how much he works at his craft and just how tough he is in the moments. And that's what we knew coming out of Bama we were getting. We knew that. We knew we were getting a stud.
Yeah. We definitely did. Yeah, I think there was those types of comparisons. Don, for sure, Marvin.
Yeah.
Devontae. Philly fan says, I'm excited seeing Q travel this year, and he's up for it. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
Steven says, warmest greetings from Chicago, bro.
Oh, what up, Steven? Thank you, brother.
Where the heck is Ty Robinson? Asked Swoop. I mean,
It's a good question, Swoop.
He's a rookie.
He is a rookie.
That's probably why you don't see a lot of them.
You got some mop-up duty today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sure growing pains. You know, I think a lot of times the reason he's a late round pick. You know, it's hard to say where is a guy when he's a late round pick. You know, like why isn't he getting run? Well, he's a fourth round pick, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, third or fourth, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard year one, you know, now you want to tell me year two, you don't see a guy a lot, then it tells you everything you need to know about, a player's growth from year one to year two. But year one, I don't put a lot into it unless you're, a first or second round pick with, where the depth chart's open for you to play.
Yeah.
That's when, if the depth chart isn't open and you're not making an impact and you're a first, second round pick, then okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd assume you would have saw him more, but the way we played the last few weeks, who's he playing over?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he did drop that ball last year, Jay, in Washington. Yeah. But yeah, he doesn't drop many. Does not drop many.
Probably won't see a ball like that from him dropped again.
No. I think it was a different quarterback too, right?
Yeah, it was Kenny.
Well, it was Kenny, so it's just like a different ball. It's a different ball. Not making an excuse, but that makes the most sense on why he possibly drops it. Just comes out the hand different than Jalen.
For sure.
Underrated corner is Alontae Taylor from the Saints. Yeah, again, not sure the Saints. It depends. Like, if it's a younger guy, team control, all those things matter here. So it's got to be a younger guy that maybe isn't under team control that you can steal, like something like that. Because a lot of the bad teams, if you got them under team control, they're probably not gonna want to trade them.
And I also don't know that this team right now is looking for one of those young guys that are under the radar. This team's ready to win another Super Bowl. This team wants a guy like a Denzel Ward, right? Like, wants an established guy to come in and fill that void. In the offseason, yeah, that's it. That's the type of offseason move where you bring a guy in and you want to see what he can do, how well you can mold him into something. They did that with Keeley. They tried to. I mean, they didn't bring him in, but that's what they tried to go with Keeley, right? You tried to go with the young guy, give him his shot, and see where he went. Obviously, that didn't work out, or it hasn't worked out to plan. So, yeah, I don't know that type of player, Don is who you target at a trade deadline for a team that's got, back-to-back Super Bowl aspirations.
Yeah, I got a third in here, Greg, who says Denzel Ward, Darius Sneed.
Yeah.
I got Tyreek Wall into that.
Yep, I agree with her.
From Seattle, who's been linked here a little bit. So, but yeah, I agree that too. That Sneed hasn't been good either.
No, that's why KC let him go.
Yeah, got paid a lot of money and wasn't really that good. So, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because it's coming.
And we'll see what they do.
Yep. Robert also agrees Keeley wasn't near as bad today. No, he wasn't. And, yeah, like we said, who knows what happens? Maybe they take the bye week and getting Brandon Graham back, and like we talked about, Tommy, how maybe adding a pass rusher allows those guys to not have to cover as long, and their ability to get beat isn't there, right? I mean, everyone's obviously going to get beat. We just talked about that, but what's made our team so good in the past is our defensive line has always gotten enough pressure to where you didn't have to cover for 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, right? It was 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then the ball was out. So
yeah,
do they believe that with Brandon Graham coming back that was enough? Who knows? It's gonna be wild to think about and talk about over the next week, because it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
No, it really is. I mean, like I said, I think they believe they have enough there with getting Nolan Smith back as well.
Yeah,
that they have enough up front. I really do believe that they gotta believe that the guy they need is in the secondary. If they're really looking to upgrade a place, maybe they're not too. It might be a position where they're not really looking around. Maybe they feel good where they're at. I don't know how that would be the case at the second corner position, but internally they got, they can think of a player differently than we do.
Right.
For sure. Right. Especially a younger player like a Ringo, right? They might like some things he did over these last 2 weeks.
Yep, for sure.
I'm just throwing a devil's advocate.
No, you're 100% right. I mean, our secondaries coach, I'm blanking on his name. It's Christian something. But over the last few years, he's been great at developing these young guys. So what now? All of a sudden, is he not continuing to develop? We see Makuba come in day one, and yeah, sure, there's plays that he probably gets beat, but he's taking the ball away so far at a really high clip. So they probably do have a lot different of an idea of a player in-house than we do.
Yeah, I mean, I also think where guys drafted matters too.
Yeah.
Right. You talk about Coop and Makuba and Q. I mean, these guys were drafted higher than Huey Ringo.
For sure.
So, development's easier when you have talent, like a more talented player.
It really is.
It's just common sense. This isn't rocket science here. Probably easier to develop those first, second round picks. Now you got to hit the picks too. There's a lot of other factors that play into this. But Huey Ringo on draft night, the biggest question mark was him playing any corner position in this league because of his hips. Right? That was the convo. Is he going to translate more towards the safety role? Right. So, here we are, and I think he's gotten better. But again, is that good enough for us to beat some of these high-powered offenses that we could see, down the stretch here?
Yeah.
Better yet, in the postseason. So, I mean, that's what I would say. Like, if you got you got to play the Rams, and you got to play Adams and Puka. I probably want to have 2 lockdown corners
For sure.
or lockdown as possible going into that game.
Even you look at coming out of the bye, going up against Green Bay.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Green Bay's got some weapons that, they generally underachieve, but they can spread the ball around. They got 4 or 5 guys that you got to worry about at any given time. So, and then we play Detroit right near after that, and same thing. Obviously, we know Detroit between the double-headed monster at running back, and then St. Brown on the outside. So we're coming out of the bye, we're going to be tested right away.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Well, I mean, I think we know a little bit, and we'll find out more too. We'll find out more on if, yeah.
Oh yeah, what's the plan? What are we doing?
Well, we'll know too if we got somebody.
Yes, yeah.
That's the other part. So it's not like, it's a wait and see.
No, 100%.
But they definitely did some numbers in terms of rankings. 13th in rush yards now. That's big.
Oh, huge.
Pass yards were 14th. So the last, week before helped us there a lot. Pass average were 7th. So that's good, right?
Getting up there, yep.
And points were 5th. So, and we're still a run first team, essentially. Rush attempt 7th. But yeah, so,
So good. So good.
Oh yeah, Saquon could have 250 today for sure.
He could have got back his tough start to the season for sure.
Yeah, James, I'm interested to see if he trades for anybody. Yeah. James said he's interested to see what position group he trades for. I think we all are. We are. Right. We got some time off from Eagles, which is going to give us a little bit of time here to hear not only on this show right now, but next week and on Wednesday night to really talk some shop when it comes to the Sixers and what we're seeing on the court right now, and realizing that we got 2 guards or 1 guard and a small forward that's not even playing right now either, and sort of what we have that isn't here. So, and that's the Philadelphia 76ers. They've been fun to watch over the first two games. The team that was down in the fourth quarter in both games by 7, and they come back and win both of them. I think that's a sign of something new here.
It's huge.
We're usually the team that does the opposite there. We're usually up 7, and we're going to squander a lead, but we've been finding ways to win early. Tyrese Maxey is a star in this league already.
Bona fide star.
Joe gave us a point a minute the other night, like we talk about. 20 minutes, 20 points. It's a good time. I thought Andre Drummond was awesome last night for the Sixers when he got some run. And, VJ was good last night too. I mean, he had 8 assists and I want to say 9 boards or one way or the other. So it just really filling up a stat sheet. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, feels like just what a home run pick that is. And his backcourt, Quentin Grimes, awesome last night. So,
it's like they flip-flopped, right? Tommy, VJ was awesome opening night.
Yep.
Came back to earth a little bit. Grimes wasn't very good opening night. He stole the show, and he needed to.
Yeah.
But again, I'm glad the sports teams are at least listening to us than over the dial, because what did we talk about on Wednesday, Tommy? Well, we talk about the depth of this team, and that's even without Jared McCain and Paul George right now. And the depth of this team came out yesterday in that victory. We had 5 guys 15 or more, 3 guys 20 or more, and you talk about your two best guys in Joel and Maxey had 20 or more. Grimes 20, and then Oubre 19, and VJ with 15. So, I mean, that's your core right there.
Yeah.
Those are your guys that we talked about. At any given night, could give you 15 to 20 a night at any given time, and they did that the other night, and that's why they come back in that game and win. You know, you don't have those big shots made by Grimes or the big shots made by VJ or any of those guys. You don't obviously win that game.
Yeah. 5 guys in double figures. Through the first 2 games in terms of average, right? So, and that's again, this is without Jared McCain, who we think is going to be a double-digit guy as well here.
Yep.
And obviously Paul George, who we expect when he's on the court, would be a double-digit guy here.
For sure.
So, you're talking about possibly 7 guys on a nightly basis who can give you in double digits. I think it's just such a lethal combination for this coaching staff to get their hands on when they actually are all healthy and playing at the same time. But to be 2-0 and, start a season off like this, I think is great. You got another home game tomorrow against Orlando. Would love to get off, you would love to get off to a little 3-0 piece.
Oh,
a real 3-0 piece. And then you got Washington. You got Washington Tuesday night on a back-to-back. Potential, like, can we get a little 4-0?
Uh-oh.
Right? Could you get to a little 4-0 start and, really be feeling yourselves?
Yeah.
Without 2 guys, 2 key guys. And I think you probably get Paul George back any one of these nights is my guess.
Yeah, I was just looking that up, Tommy.
Could probably see him tomorrow. If not, you might see him in Washington on a night where Joel's not going to play.
Right, that would be ideal, right? That would be ideal.
I mean, I think in the East you could easily make the case that they have an opportunity to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals when it's really it's Boston, Orlando, obviously, who is going to be you think who's going to be good. The Knicks, Orlando, and Cleveland. It's the Knicks, Orlando, and Cleveland. I mean, they're really the teams, and Detroit's a good team too, Don. Obviously, but I don't know if they're ready for that yet. Either. I don't know.
So,
if Detroit's, yeah.
Joel's out tomorrow.
He's out tomorrow.
What a scumbag move! What a scumbag move!
Why? Why is it a scumbag move? Why is he out?
It says left knee injury management. But why would you sit him in the home game? Is Washington on the road? So why would you sit him the home game and then play him the road game? That's why I think it's a scumbag move, right? Maybe it's a scumbag to your fans.
Maybe because it's the distance in between games. It's the extra day.
Could be.
It's fair, dude.
I mean,
he came out with a brace on and ice around it, right? He comes out with a brace on and ice around it. So I can't even scumbag him right now.
I'm not scumbagging Joel. I'm scumbagging the Sixers.
Yeah.
But out for tomorrow, Embiid, Barlow, George, Watford, and McCain are all out for tomorrow. Barlow's got that right elbow laceration. Paul George is still the surgery recovery. Watford's the left hamstring tightness, and then we know McCain's with the knee. I'm trying to see if they show just for tomorrow, so they haven't shown any idea on when Paul George might play. It would have been like you were saying, Tommy. It would have been nice if Joel plays tomorrow, Brissett, and then George plays on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, not like in 3-0 now.
Right now, 3 or 4-0 might be a stretch.
Yeah, like 3-0 now without that 20 possible points tomorrow night is tough. But this is where you really need it's where you really need a Grimes, VJ, Tyrese.
Yeah, the guards to handle it.
The guards got to go off tomorrow night. So we'll see. I mean, listen, either way, it's nice to have 3 guards or 4 guards under the age of 25 and really feel like we said before the season started that you can have the best of both worlds, where you feel like you have an opportunity to try to win games and see where that takes you, but you're also, rebuilding at the same time with younger players. So it's good.
Yeah, they're fun. They're exciting. And we'll see what happens. We're going to go through this yo-yo with Joel all year. It's just a matter of, as we talked Wednesday, what happens, or when do you get Paul George and Jared McKean back, and what does the team look like at that point? Because we know this is going to be Joel all year, right? The yo-yo, the up and down, and that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be all year, Greg. I think it's going to be definitely through the first, 2 months of the season. I think when you get past Christmas and you start to get into January, I think you'll see the restrictions a lot less.
The restrictions, yes, but the back-to-backs are he's never going to play back-to-backs from here on out.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah,
that's what I mean when the up and down, not necessarily the minutes restrictions. Because you're 100% right. That's going to be through the first portion of the year. I'm more saying the up and down of the back-to-backs.
Yeah, like and again, there's not too many of them, right? When you really break down schedules, there's enough of them, I feel like, right? But there's not like a million of them.
Yeah. I mean, the season goes so long, I don't know why we have any back-to-backs. Just fucking run it into a continuous season. They don't need an off season.
No.
They don't even have one anyway. They go right to summer league. So not everybody goes to summer league, but like the NBA media just never stops.
No, it doesn't. Dad thinks Paul George want to prove himself that he's not washed. Yeah, it'd be nice if he would prove that.
Yeah, we like to see it.
And yeah, Maxey is James says so crazy to see how good Tyrese Maxey got so quickly. Really speaks to his work ethic. Yeah, he's awesome.
Absolutely, James.
He's awesome. Obviously,
he's a stud.
Yeah, through 2 games, averaging 34 points a game. A guy I feel like can average 28 plus in this league as he continues to grow. But just a fun guy to have. And I think his work ethic then, ends up working its way down to a guy like VJ who already has a work ethic, and you're sort of creating that culture of that. And I think when you're changing the culture a little bit, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see it a little bit. This is Tyrese Maxey's team right now. Because your other 2 highest paid guys are either one's still out and the other is on a minute restriction. So it's his team, and I think you're seeing that. You're seeing that, but I think you're also seeing a guy like Joel who is okay with it.
Yeah,
in a way. It's about winning, man. That's what it's about right now. But I can't say enough great things about the stuff I watched.
They're fun again, right?
Yeah,
they're fun again.
Yeah,
that's I think the biggest thing, because I've been out on them, right, Tommy? I mean, that's no secret, right? I've been out on them, but they're fun to watch again because they got the guards and because they're. I don't want to say it's like watching a process team, right? Because I enjoyed watching those process teams a lot more than I enjoyed watching the last few years. But I think that hope, like you say, the half in, half out, right? That hope of watching this young backcourt quad, right? Tandem quad, whatever we want to call them, of Maxey, VJ, Grimes, and McCain, seeing what they potentially can do together as a group makes it fun to watch. And then you factor in, we still got Joel. He's pretty good. I think he's gonna make it all right. And then obviously Paul George. So they're fun. They're fun to watch again. That's my biggest takeaway over the first couple of games is the enjoyment's back.
Yeah, and I think Eddie nails it why it is. He says I like the direction the Sixers are going. Not relying on old dudes. It's a different vibe so far, and that's exactly it. When it's
for sure, Eddie, good call.
Younger group of guys, sprinkled in with your few older guys that are playing like Joel, Andre, and not really much more than that until you get Paul George back, and then that's really your veterans, and everything else is sort of younger.
Is young
for the most part, at least under 28. Kelly's not young, but he's not old, right?
Right.
You have a few of that, but overall a younger roster, younger lineups getting tossed out there. So it's fun winning, and it's fun when it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Yep. And you nailed that. He definitely a different vibe. Yeah, I think we could have stopped with the Ace Bailey talks, Don, on draft night, and we could have stopped with it in the summer league too. When you watch VJ play, and you're like, okay, I could see it. Like I could see the athleticism, I could see the jumper, I could see the smoothness, the ability to hang in the air and make that little 8-footer, a little mid-range 8-footer down there. Inside the free throw line there that he's been able to hit. And that's you started to see it. You're like, okay, this guy can play, and he's dunking on guys. So, right, just a great athlete. And you always say when you get great athletes, you can do so much with it. If you're a damn good coach. And I think they got damn good coaches here. So I think this is where we're at.
Yep. Completely agree.
Yeah, Wemby's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's the goddamn cheat code. Wemby's a cheat code. It's not even fair.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know how you even draft to beat that.
I don't think you can.
No, you gotta find another one.
You just gotta hope that you can find one yourself. Yeah, because it's stupid. It's stupid. He does things that you shouldn't be able to do at that size. Shouldn't be able to do it.
Told you he blocked the ball. On Wednesday
you said
night.
The other night he cuffed the shit out of it.
Yeah, he just cupped it. Like, okay, let me see here. There's the 6'11" guy trying to, a 6'11" guy down in the paint, and the 7'11" guy just fucking cupped it. We're gonna go the other way. I'm gonna bury a 3 in your face, or we'll go the other way and I'll reverse dunk on your face. It's absurd. He's
it's wild.
He's so good.
Yeah, and he is a dog. He is a dog, and he has no problem mixing it up at anywhere on the court. No problem mixing it up, which is nice. He'll go into the hole. He'll do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, the only thing he's going to have to do over his year 1 to year 2 is just, he'll do that just by getting older, is just put on some size.
Yeah.
Right, which will make the game, in a physical game, will make it, make his body withstand more, and he will too, and you'll see that. And then the going from a 30-point game to a 15-point game won't happen as much for him. You'll see the legs come underneath him a lot more in year 2. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess you could really get after it in your training, knowing you're coming into an 82-game season after draft night, and you can really get after it for about 4 months of just grinding, right, and preparing your body for it. So, I'm sure cardio you can get yourself, as revved up for it as possible. But I still think as a rookie coming into this league, you're going to have nights where you just don't have your legs.
Yep.
Naturally.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You could feel like that you have it cardio-wise, but there's going to be ebbs and flows to a season with a rookie like this, 100%.
Yeah, I think when you face Wemby, it's just about, even though he'll shoot the free throws well, it's just about how many fouls you have to give. So do you have enough guys just to roll out there? But I wouldn't be worried about Embiid facing them as much as some other teams are. I mean, Embiid's probably better, just because of his size. Where like Wemby, he played AD the other night, and AD you think would be a good matchup, but he's not physical enough.
Right.
Not that Embiid is either, but he's just thicker. So you think a little harder just to do what you want with going to the paint.
Yeah,
but until his legs are back and he's jumping, right? Then yeah, it is a bad matchup for Joel.
Yeah,
it's a bad matchup for anybody right now.
But a lot of what I mean, let's be again, Wemby's a freak, but a lot of what he does, he's just more athletic than the guys guarding him.
Yeah,
that's not necessarily the case with Joel when healthy. I don't know that we know what Joel when healthy is ever going to be, but
if we'll ever see it again, yeah. I think he stood out when we talk about VJ in this game. He had eight assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. So I mean that was his stat on a block. +9. That was his extracurricular numbers the other night. So you look at those numbers and 15 points, right, James? Athleticism still pops
so
and
good.
the numbers still pop.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's so good.
Don, yeah. VJ would definitely try to dunk on Wemby. Good luck. It's gonna go. Could be good or bad. I don't even know when we play them. We probably don't play them for a while, but either way, we have next 2 we have Orlando, and then at Washington, and then Friday Boston, and then Sunday no Eagles. We're at Brooklyn, 6:00. So at least you got something Sunday. Sixers wise, and then they don't play again until Tuesday at Chicago. So it looks like a little road trip there.
But not starting off against juggernauts though. Starting off very favorably, right?
No, I mean you got Boston, obviously. Twice in a week, essentially, right? A little more than a week, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only really juggernaut in there. Orlando's obviously solid too. But
I mean, obviously Boston and Orlando's really good. But you're not. It's like you're going up against the juggernauts. You haven't faced the Knicks yet, which is good. Not saying they're juggernaut, right? But they own us right now.
Yeah. You don't have any juggernauts,
and you're not facing any high-powered Western Conference teams yet.
Yeah, I think they're the juggernauts. I don't think you really got any juggernauts in the East outside of like New York, maybe. That's it. Really juggernaut. You got some good teams, like the Hornets are good. Hornets are a good team. Seriously, Orlando's a good team. Boston's a good team. So you still got good teams in the East, but you don't have those. You don't have those like we're talking about. You don't have those juggernauts.
Like scheduled losses, right? That we used to have.
The ones out west are just different.
Yeah.
And Slayer said it's good to get Boston out of the way early. Yeah, I mean it's good. You try to get another win Friday night against Boston will be delicious.
Yeah.
Probably
nice.
Probably another reason. Who knows why they're, like I said, who knows if Joel
could be thinking ahead. I sense where you were going with that. Yeah, could be thinking ahead.
Yeah, of course there's a big difference when Tatum's there, but he's not there. So, that's why we're saying we have a chance.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, you have a chance this year to really make something happen. And BJ, Eddie said BJ's perfect for the city. I agree.
Yeah, for sure. Good call, Eddie.
When Tatum's back, they're obviously arguably the best team in the Eastern Conference when they have Tatum and Brown together. But New York's good, and I think we're awesome. Like I said, when we talked about when we're healthy, if that ever comes to fruition, right? But there's 7 guys that are double figure guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that puts a lot of pressure on defenses when you get that many guys who can score.
We talked about with the Eagles, right? Like with or without AJ Brown, would you rather have AJ Brown there, or would you rather the defense not have to worry about VJ Brown or AJ Brown? VJ, Jesus, I can try to call him VJ Brown. But it's the same thing, right? We're talking about the same thing, and we're doing like we said, we're doing all this without 2 guys that we think and we feel like are going to be really high contributors to this team in McCain and George.
Yeah, and if you don't believe George will be because you don't believe he'll be healthy, then that's fine. But McCain showed, now granted, this guy's got to stay healthy, man. Right at the end of the day, because he's another one who showed not the ability to be healthy so far in his young NBA career. So not a great start, but again, not going to hold too much against him if he can get on the court and stay on the court. But when he is on the court, again, a guy who showed the ability to be productive. But we know Paul George is going to be productive. At least regular season Paul George. And, again, he was figured to come back quicker than McCain. again, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked. I felt like going into that final preseason game where Joel played, I was under the understanding that Paul George was also cleared for that game, and just didn't play. So it's weird to continue to see him being out. Obviously, he must have maybe had a setback or whatnot, but
I don't know.
yeah, you would have thought he'd be back.
I haven't heard of him having any setbacks or anything. Like, what was his? It was like a scope of the knee or something, like in the off season.
Yeah, I mean they're calling it a left knee surgery, but
it was a left knee surgery that they like figured out like late in the. I feel like late in the off season, sort of.
He had arthroscopic on his left knee July 14th.
Yeah.
Was performed to address an injury sustained during an off-season workout. You begin rehab and will be reevaluated before the start of training camp. But this update didn't give any necessarily, 6 to 8 weeks or anything.
Yeah, well,
most of the articles are a couple of days old on that, so maybe we'll get an update tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds about right. I mean,
before a game,
he's always hurt, so I don't want to put too much stock into him, but would love to get McCain rocking and rolling and healthy, and would like Nick Nurse said last night, would love to get Embiid's minute restrictions lifted up a little bit and get to that 25-30 minute mark. I think that's when I think it's really going to be beneficial for us.
Yes, for sure.
But it would be nice getting some of these guards back so you don't have to run VJ 42 minutes and you don't have to run Tyrese 42 minutes.
Yeah, they're logging a lot of minutes. You're right. We need a couple of reinforcements here.
Yeah, it would be nice. Would be nice with a lot of guys. A lot of guys banged up would be nice. All right, let's do our crumbs, Greg. And let's wrap her up for tonight.
Yeah.
You got
one?
No, I think where Don took the biggest crumb in a week is really, I mean, just everything, right? Let me just put this all into like a big, all in the one big bubble here, and just talk like gambling the way it's advertised. The way it's advertised in sports and around sports professionally, and the college game, and then stuff that we know has happened through years where the mob is really involved in bookmaking, but really involved in getting guys to either throw games or do things for X amount of money. So we know they get the players. We've known this throughout the years. In the NBA to get the players, well, there are sports to get the players in. I don't know. But I'd be hard pressed to say they don't get to a lot of players in a lot of other sports too. And find ways to those players and offer them lots of money to throw games. Because it's a lot easier to throw a game than win a game, right? So it just makes you not trust any of it. And anything professional you watch, even though we watch for entertainment, we are invested into our entertainment. People spend money on this. Mm-hmm. People spend hard-earned money to buy season tickets, to take people to games, take families to games. They get the games. They spend time watching games. I think it's really tough when stuff has been rigged throughout the course of it, and like I said, the whole thing's nuts. The whole thing nuts. Like ESPN, the NFL owns 10% of ESPN. ESPN has ESPN Bet. Like I just don't. There's so many so much
make it make sense, right, Tommy?
Like guys, you guys don't see that double standard. Like we don't see that. Like that shouldn't be allowed. Like they own a piece of the betting, then if they own a piece of ESPN. I just think when you look through at it all, I think we're on a really slippery slope, not only with collegiate athletics. I think we're on a slippery slope with the way gambling is advertised to the youth who are watching these games. I think it's a slippery slope. I think the whole thing's bad. I mean, being a gambler was looked like frowned upon in years past. Now it's like, oh, please gamble. We'll match your deposit. So yeah, it's just
now everyone's throwing around parlay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you used to have to keep that stuff quiet.
Yep, you used to have to keep it quiet, and not that I'm against throwing a little money around. I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying that this is what when you put it out there like this, and then you start to be like, oh wow, I can't believe that guy did that, or I can't believe that guy was, like Class A. I can't believe he was throwing first pitch balls on purpose, and making money off of it, right? Like I can't believe it. Like
you can't
really? Yeah, like what do you mean you can't believe it? Like you can't believe he wasn't gotten to. You can't believe there are people that aren't gotten to for these types of things, right? All around sports, especially with these prop bets. So yeah, and then I think I forget what player said. I'll leave it at this, but you got sports got to protect the players better from them getting heat from gambling being more prevalent, and player props being more prevalent and different things like that. I'm not saying, oh, poor player. That's not what I'm saying, but I also get it.
Mm-hmm.
I also get it. When you put more and more out there and you have more and more people that openly gamble, you're going to get more and more heat.
For sure.
Right? Naturally. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I think it's all bullshit. I think the league, everybody makes money off of this. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy, you hit it on the head for this one. It makes you rethink everything that's going on, right? It just makes you rethink everything. It makes you, it's so easy. And like when that video out there when they first announced it, and Mike Greenberg's going on and on about his holier than thou little rant, and you had the bottom of the screen, brought to you by ESPN Bet. And they quickly pulled that down. Tom, we talked about, ESPN owning or NFL now buying into ESPN. We talked about it just from a journalistic standpoint back when it first happened. We didn't even really go into what these potential happenings could be. We just talked about it that you're never going to get a real story out of ESPN because the NFL owns them now.
Yeah.
And how nothing's going to be talked about from a an outside of a bias, from a bias standpoint. And then this breaks, and now you're absolutely never even getting anything unbiased and nothing that the NFL doesn't want you or the NBA doesn't want you to be a part of. Yeah, it's completely wild. I can't wait to see who goes down. That's what I want to know. I want to see who goes down for this. And it seems like Chauncey's already screaming and already singing to the birds. And you just love to see it. I mean, you just threw away your Hall of Fame career. You threw away your Hall of Fame career. I mean, Pete Rose wasn't in the Hall of Fame yet when he did it. Chauncey, you're in. You were in. You got to give up that jacket now. You got to give up that jacket. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild.
Insane.
And just a different part of the crumb is just going to be like, we during the season we go here often. It's the NFL officiating. It's an absolute just crock of shit. How they can throw a whistle in there at any time. And it benefited us at first, right? But that was a fumble on Jalen, right? But then you flip side through the end of the game, that was a fumble on Jackson Dart, right? You had the SEC suspend the one official from that officiated the Auburn Georgia game. They suspended him. They pulled him aside. And then you look at what transpired today. I mean, in the Bucks Saints game, the Saints fumbled. The Bucks picked it up, ran it back. Watching it live, there was no whistle. They go to replay. They come back. Oh, there was a whistle.
Yeah.
Huh? Where was the whistle at? And so it's just, I mean, it's such a, again, we go there often because they're easy. but they're just egregious anymore. How like you just can make shit up. Like we don't even know what half the rules are anymore because they go to replay and then they come out and it's something different. It's completely wild.
Yeah, they don't know what the rules are either.
Yeah, like I love when they go to either whoever they go to their referee on staff, right? And you know, Dean Blandino, yeah, that's a fumble. Go back. Oh, play stands.
Yeah, stands call.
Stand is called. You're like, huh?
You good, Dean?
Now we're measuring millimeters. I mean, I know what a millimeter is, so like, I mean, you know, but yeah, it's just wild, right? It's just completely wild on both sides, right? College and pro, and any it's yeah.
It's bad, brother.
Yeah, there you go, Umberto. Yeah, the whistle on a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get to retry it.
We all heard it.
Like, that's wild. How can you say that? Oh, it didn't happen. Huh? It didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened. We all heard it.
It sure as hell happened. Don, don't you start this shit right now. We're trying to get out of here, Don, and you're trying to rile me up.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
Keep that son of a far, far away from Happy Valley, or it will be Unhappy Valley real quick.
It already is unhappy. But we're happy, so we're gonna end the show.
We are happy. We are happy.
Go Sixers tomorrow night. All right, Birds, get healthy. And this has been a great disagree.
Giddy up.
Radio. We love you all. Like I said, big week for the Sixers, big week for the Flyers, right? Big week to get our eyeballs even deeper on those two teams. So, you know, we'll circle back when we see you guys Wednesday on where Philly sports stands in the moment. But right now, we feel like we're on the top of the mountain.
We're having fun right now.
Yeah, it could very well change when we see you Wednesday. So we love you. We're out. Go Birds.